Welcome to Plan Watch Walk on this beautiful morning in the Northumberland National Park. Behind us there we've got Rothbury, which we started from, and we're going to be heading up. We've got a couple of peaks to fit in, got Trig Point, got some river walking, got some nice river walking, so really varied walk. So before we find out what adventures we got ahead of us, let's have a look at the routing and the mapping. Leaving Rothbury, we follow St Oswald's path and head up to Dove Crag and Simonside. We continue to Tosson Hill, Trig Point. After a descent, the path picks up the River Coquet and we reach Thropton. A minor ascent gives us great views over our path for the day, before descending into Rothbury. Well, as we start this walk from the beautiful village of Rothbury, we can see ahead of us through the gap there, we can see Dove Crag and Simonside, where we're going to be heading up to initially after heading across some fields. We're starting here in the beautiful village, small town of Rothbury. And ahead of us here we've got the square, triangle as it is, with the cenotaph on it, and behind we've got the church. So we're going to be heading off down the side of the church and we're going to be picking up the walk from there. We leave the church behind us. Opposite we've got they call it the churchyard. You can see here the Lord Armstrong in 1900 who was buried next to his wife, the industrialist in the northeast. Also we've got here is a Coquet Hill burial ground, which dates back to the 1850s. Lots and lots of history sitting around. So our path takes us down the side of the churchyard and down to the river. As we come up to the road bridge, you can see Rothbury, the River Coquet here. And just seeing between above the river there, the footbridge we came over, so we came back along the river and we've come up to signs here for St Oswald's Way. And we're going to be picking up initially the route here ahead of us of St Oswald's Way. We've only been going a short while, starting to pull out a little bit. We've got a great view here of Rothbury. Got the centre we start from, centre of picture, and the village pulls out across to the west, and we're starting to pick up some of the great scenery we've got ahead of us. At the minute we're just heading across some grassland, just picking up the nice morning sounds of the birds. At this point of the walk we're on St Oswald's Way, so the signage is pretty darn good. So we're going to be just heading up the road here. As we come up the path, we come up to Sharp's Folly, which was erected by the Reverend Dr. Thomas Sharp who was the rector of Rothbury from 1720 to 1758. And it was erected for the relief of the unemployment amongst local stone masons and used as an observatory. It is the oldest folly in the country and a listed building. As we leave the folly behind us, we can start to see some of the beautiful scenery which we're going to have ahead. Not sure if you can hear that. That's a wren making all that noise. For such a small bird, making a bit of noise. Anyway, very pleasant. Continuing on up the path, and very gentle climb at this point. And our path here bears off to the left. And if you can see, there's some signage just up against that fence ahead there, and we need to be heading round, still following St Oswald's Way. As we come along from Whitton, it's very easy here just to keep following the path. Last time I was up this track, it's exactly what I did, and I missed a very short, very small sign just on the right here, which takes us along to a gate, and then at that gate we've got some more signs, but just be a wee bit careful, because as I say, I completely overshot that last time I was walking along this path. As we can see ahead, we're gently climbing, starting to get into a beautiful backdrop. Quick sit rep. Been going about an hour 20, an hour and a half. Got Rothbury in the background there. And if we pull round, we've got a very pleasant path at the minute. Going through some trees and the ferns, beautiful blue skies. Got some fill land off to the left. We've just been serenaded before by warblers. All very tranquil. I'll put a map in the top right hand. What a great vantage point we've got from here. Just over the rise ahead of us, you can just see Rothbury there. So pull around, we're heading up into the Cheviots. And we've actually, across here we've got Simonside, Cragside, Dove Crag. Just pretty much centre of the screen there we've got the path, and we're still on St Oswald's Way at this point. If we go down, we've got plenty of options here, and we can see right the way down the bottom St Oswald's Way, so lots of different paths to choose from, but we're going straight ahead. Here we can see some nice signage. Welcome to the Simonside Hills. It's interesting that the hills go back 300 million years, but there's a lot. So you can see down the bottom here of where we're going to go: Dove Crag, Beacons, etc. and Simonside. And if we look up, you can see the start of the routes ahead of us. Well, if you've watched some of my videos before, you'll hear me say, don't forget to look behind you. And this is a really good instant. We just come up from the car park. This is where the sign was. Still on St Oswald's Way, getting some great views. And we come up to the signpost here. So we are going to say, farewell St Oswald's Way, and hello the walk up to Dove Crag. Lots more to look forward to. As we continue on, you can see here that the path is really, really good. They've got it paved at this point. See the path meandering its way across the heather. Well, thought I'd give you a quick sit rep. for no other reason than the scenery around here. It's just stunning. So we can see the path we've come from. There's Rothbury where we started. Village there on the way back. And we've got the path ahead of us. It's just such a tranquil, stunning walk, this. As our path continues, just see ahead of us here, we've got a large boulder just on top of there. That is Dove Crag. So let's get on top of there. Good look from Dove Crag. Well, here we are, just on the summit of Dove Crag. So you can see the path leading on ahead of us up to Simonside. Pull round the views. Quite beautiful. We've got the chariots ahead of us there. Going round possibly in the valley. There's our path that we've come from. And in the distance, that's the North Sea. From here, just wonderful. So we've got over to the east, we've got the coastline, do a pan round. Well, the air a bit windy, but they've got the chariots. Got our path heading ahead over there. We've got heading across over to the south. So you can see our path heading ahead, and we've got to drop down here and then pick up the path heading across to Tosson Hill. Well, as you've got to climb up, you've always got to climb down. We've got another one of these signs that we just saw before. If you look at the bottom, that is Simonside at 1400. If we have a look up, that's the path. We've just come down, centre of the screen, and then as we pull round and see Simonside up on top. So as we've come down off Simonside, we've got a path, and we've got we can go a left or a right. We are going to go left, and we're going to head along to our Trig point. Look ahead, you see we're now more in moorland, pretty much dead centre of the screen there. That's Tosson Hill, which is our Trig point, so that's where we're heading to next. Here we are, approaching the Trig point. That's Tosson Hill. Is pretty spectacular. There's our path where we come from, path where we are heading to, and then we are going to be dropping down into the valley. I'm going to be picking up a nice little walk along the side of the river. Come down off Tosson Hill, some of the rock formations, the way it's been eroded away with time, really quite interesting. the slope a wee bit, and we'll see our path leading us across the fells. Well, the centre of the screen is the outcrop of rocks and boulders that were eroded away. So you can see the path that we followed, centre of the screen right the way down. It gets pretty boggy at times, but if we now just walk around the path itself and we come up to a T-junction. All very formal T-junctions. So, two choices. Our choice is right. So this is going to start to pull us down into the valley, and then we get along, and then we get along for some nice river walking, which should be nice. Hope you're enjoying it. If you like what we're doing, brilliant. If you subscribe, comments, etc., fantastic. So let's see what the rest of the walk brings us. But so far, it's been a really nice walk. Well, we're descending, and you get a great view of Tosson Hill and our route across, and then we dip down to meet just see the path. Now we've picked up the path here, a little bit more of a main path, and we are getting a great view of what we're going to be walking across next down into the valley. And the path is just leading us very gently down the hill. It's not until you get down into the valley sometime that you realise how far you've walked. So that's Tosson Hill, centre of picture there, and our path's taking us right the way across there, over the back of what we can got straight ahead of us, and then we've come down the hill here. You don't realise how far you walk at times. Anyway, we've got a pretty flat walk now for about 3 or 4 miles, maybe it's a bit more, and then we've got a little bit of a hillock at the end. So it's a nice river walking now, I think. We had a short walk down the road, single track. The only thing that passed was a tractor. We've come across the field here, got the backdrop of where we've been walking, which is rather spectacular. And we've come up to, what you see ahead of us here, the other side of the stile, we've come up to the River Coquet. So we are going to now be following the banks of the Coquet for some while. Some of the videos, you know that I find a certain tranquility to walking along by the river. So let's see if this does it. As we come along the track here, we come to the hut. Hut number 8. Although it's seen better days, it's a bird's hide, which is not too surprising, seeing as we're on the banks of the river. I'll put a map in the top of the top corner. But this walking along here, which is very pleasant. We've got a little bit of bogs going on, and we've got water over on our left and also water on our right at this point. Can't see it. Oh look, there's another hide. That is hiding. Number 3 we're up to. We're just passing Rye Hill. I'm sure you can hear the sheep in the barns there. Got some sheep ahead of us, and just centre a picture there. That to me looks like a Second World War turret of some sort. Defensive turret. Now, never seen any of those so far inland. Seen plenty of them on the coast. Never seen them right up in Northumberland. And so we're expecting something happening coming up the Coquet River. It's just over on our left here, although we can't see it. There's the Coquet River just heading through there. Anyway, don't know about that, but our path is ahead of us, and we'll be crossing over the Coquet pretty shortly. Is that a scene of tranquility, or is that a scene of tranquility? Man with his fly fishing. The river meandering its way down. our path continues on down, and we've got a footbridge ahead of us. So we've got Thropton just the other side. So we're going to Thropton, and then we're going to climb out of Thropton a wee bit. So we get a panoramic view heading south. Well, we're now traversing the bridge, and we've got a young angler who's very, very happy. There you go. He's got a fish. So there are fish in the Coquet. We're going to be leaving the Coquet. This is just the little estuary to the Coquet behind us as we move up into Thropton. Just the top of this path. Have a quick look at Thropton, and then we'll do a little bit of a climb out. So here we've got Thropton. Not a huge amount going on. Very, very nice little place. We need to come out of Thropton before we've even gone into it, and get over the bridge. As we can see there, we've just come out of Thropton, and we've come to Physic Lane. Never heard of that for a street name before. Anyway, we need to climb up here a wee bit, and then we're going to be back on the paths. It's only about an hour to go. The extra walk up here, this view has just made it pay off. So ahead of us, the far side, we've got the slow climb that we went up across the fells, and central picture there. We climbed up there. Now centre of picture, that's Dove Crag. We then went along to the crag side, and we came down and we continued, and the one right the way at the end there, centre of picture, that's the trig point where we came to, and then we came back down into the valley, along the valley, and we can just see maybe there's a rooftop there, and that's Rothbury, concluding our walk. What a fabulous day. And for those that watched a couple before, you know that I do a little bit of a reflect at the end on what the walk's been, and it's been really varied. We've been up on top, you can see in behind me where we've been, and the views from up there, just stunning, absolutely stunning. Continued along, got in the trig point, and then we dropped down into the valley, came along the side of the Coquet, and yeah, it's just been a really tranquil, varied. It pushed a little bit of times, and some of the climbs a little bit, but overall not that hard. But yeah, just a fantastic walk. Hope you've enjoyed it. There's a little bit more to go yet, dropping down into Rothbury. So let's see what other bits we've got to have ahead of us here. We're heading down this nice wide path. The easy thing to do is keep on walking. And there's a wee little post here, just on the left, very easy to miss. And we need to be heading, the map looks more of a main route, we need to be heading up here. So we're going to go through the heather, and then we'll be dropping down into Rothbury. Well, following that path can definitely be described as a path lesser trodden. This bit here is alright, but the rest of it is just straight through the heather and the ferns. But we got there. Well, back down in Rothbury now. If you got this far, thank you so much for watching. It's so much appreciated. If you haven't subscribed, hey, why not subscribe? Thumbs up, likes, all of that stuff. If you put any comments, I will reply to them. So once again, thank you so much for watching. Until the next one, bye for now.